I'm Mark Monlux, and this is your Friday night movie recommendation. The year is 2025. It wasn't that long ago, but oh my God, what a miserable year it was. Donald Trump was inaugurated into his a second term as presidency. The Pope died. Let's see what other things happened. Ongoing conflicts with the Ukraine and Gaza, not much changing there. The end of the penny. The sad news. The last penny went off the presses in November of that year. We had the South Korean president was removed, Yoon Suk Yeol. And there was a video that went viral, and it showed these a nighttime, like a ring cam showing these bunnies hopping on a trampoline, and suddenly all these bunnies were hopping on the trampoline, really happy, and it went mega viral, and it was complete AI bullshit. So now we're all having to watch out for AI bullshit. So, on the plus side, pop culture kind of bounced back a little bit. I'm not going to start over, even though it's whatever that thing said. Okay, so the best movies, there are a lot of fun movies, but the one that won Best Oscar was a film called Anora. Let's see. Die with a Smile with Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars was on the Billboard Top 100s for the best single. The Tom Grisham novel The Widow stayed on the New York Times bestseller list, or kept going up there the most that year. I've read that book, rather listened to it. And there were a lot of shows that came on television. Now, tracking shows premieres. Well, it's kind of tough because there's more than network television. There, you got all these streaming services now beyond cable. But here are some of the few of them. We had the Squid Games: The Challenge. Landman, I've seen a few episodes of that. Walking Dead, Dead City. Pluribus, The Pit, I've seen a couple episodes of that. American Primeval, and Slow Horses. Now, I've read the book Slow Horses, so I haven't watched this series. Now, let's see, what other things were happening? Well, there was, how stadiums will have a kissing cam and they'll look for cute couples. And this one guy was caught up in the bleach, way up high in the stadium with his arms around another woman in a fond embrace. And they kind of dove out of the scene because it turned out that he was a CEO and she was head of HR, and she was divorced, but he was still married, and he kind of resigned as CEO within a couple of days. And it became sort of like a trope for people to reenact this particular embarrassing moment. And so that's the state of affairs in 2025. It was a horror show, so we're going to talk about horror movies. And oh my God, there was I have a list of 6 here that I had to choose from, and they were all fantastic. All of these were good. Together, I was tempted to put that one up. The Monkey, oh my God, so funny. I just watched that the other night. Frankenstein's, I love Del Toro's movies. They're just beautiful. Weapons. Oh my God, I can go on and on about Weapons, and I nearly chose it. But the movie that I decided to talk about today is 2025's Death of a Unicorn. Now, um, Alex Shaftman, he wrote and directed this. This was his debut as a director, and I think it bodes really well. I think we're going to see a lot of great stuff from him. Some of the actors: Paul Rudd, very likable fellow in a fairly likable role. Jenna Ortega, Richard Grant, Tia Leone, and Will Poulter are just some of the actors. All the actors in this thing are really. Now, this is sort of like a fantasy, horror, dark comedy. It's about greed, and it's about wrong and right, and being socially conscious, and knowing what to do, and how greed just talks you into things. Now, it does a wonderful job of mixing all of that up with the unicorn legend. And I don't think I'm going to give away too much here when I say, a unicorn is discovered. It is quickly found out that there's great healing properties. This immediately starts raising the greed factor. I mean, let alone the factor that there are unicorns. And then you have to kind of wonder, after all these centuries, why is it that unicorns really are still considered mythological? So, and it's funny. Oh my God, it's pretty funny. Now, a lot of there's some jokes about class, but basically it's greedy people being mean, and the sense of entitlement which comes with being rich. I'm just looking back at all these wonderful scenes in my head, and the cute little moments that were done with little minor eye rolls and little sighs. And oh my God, the butler. Oh my God, the butler is so good in this. He's an actor I first saw on the comedy Barry, and really enjoy his performance. I enjoyed everyone's performance during this film. I liked watching how characters went up and down and around, and how good intentions quickly are just scrapped. Like I said, it's a wonderfully dark commentary. There's a lot of blatant comedy and blatant horror, but there's a lot of subtle horror and subtle comedy, and that warm, cuddly feeling you sometimes get. Imagine the horror equivalent of that, and there's plenty of that mixed in. I had a really good time watching it. I think you'll have a fun time watching it, and it's a perfect Friday night movie. So that's my recommendation. Enjoy Death of a Unicorn. Now, if you like my movie recommendations, please like and follow, share. I want to get the word out of these videos. I really enjoy making them, and I hope you enjoy watching them.